It is a big night in Austin, Texas, the third and final game of the Super Regional. The winner between Clemson and Texas will move on to the Women's College World Series on Thursday in Oklahoma City. A couple of long games to get us here, one more to go. And we welcome you to McCombs Field in Austin for the. And Kavon was really good out of the pen last night. 5 innings, 5.2 innings rather, and that is a 5-pitch walk. And you mentioned, Jenny, that Kavon in her last 7 starts, last night good, but she was out of the pen.
Leads off the game with a walk, just not characteristic of what we're used to out of Kavon.
8th pitch of the at-bat, also close, but called a strike. And Kavon strikes out more for the 3rd time in 2 days.
I tell you what, that right there.
Just a sophomore, and she doesn't waste any time. Really good center fielder out there, and Caden Henry got to the ball quickly, so runners on first and second with just 1 out.
Moved her to shortstop. Bennett was the left fielder, moved her to second. That's been the key change defensively to get the Game 2 win.
Another first pitch swing, this time by Cintron, trying to turn the double, but Mitchell couldn't get her foot down in time to throw. Brown. Or actually, it looks like we might get a challenge because Noller is staying put over there at second.
Yeah, it's very clear that first base, Jolie Mitchell, was off the bag. Your priority as a first.
After further review, the runner at second base is out. That's Clemson's first challenge.
So Coach Rittman burns a challenge.
Each of his full season teams all the way to the postseason.
Good at short, flips it over to Bennett to end the threat. Clemson moves 2 on as we head to the bottom of the first.
In that leadoff slot.
Just 11 extra base hits, no home runs. Collins, the freshman, throws her out to begin this night for the Texas hitters as we take a look at the defense now behind Basinger.
Out of the program last year.
Yeah, Basinger, in fact, has 0 strikeouts in this regional. And there's Maddie Moore flashing the leather.
Yeah, she's told us before this Super Regional started that she likes defense more than hitting, which is something I cannot relate to, but.
That's pounded to it for a solid single into right field. So Scott's on base as Reese Atwood comes up.
Mia Scott is just so good. She
got up there.
And then needed help getting back down.
And her mom, her heart fluttered for a second there as she hit that one hard, but it was right at the left fielder Johnson, allowed out. Texas strands a runner, and we are scoreless after 1.
Marion Collins had a 2-home run, had 2 home runs off of South Carolina. But goes down with the changeup. Man, that's a nasty pitch. Tegan Kavon is so good.
A play for good, solidifying that shortstop position, 2 away.
And that's just the biggest change that Texas.
97.
It's felt like good softball weather. Today, when I stepped out of the hotel, I realized today has a different feel.
It's a little blasty feel to it. And that's a blast for Kavon. Clemson goes down in order for only the 3rd time. Bats behind her. Mitchell, good at bat, works the leadoff walk to win today, to force a Game 3 tomorrow. And that gets by Johnson. Mitchell is being held at 3rd. Katie Stewart delivers the first pitch she saw.
Velocity and try to put a charge in one and get it through the infield to score a run.
Defense playing in on the corners, and it goes off the glove of Alex Brown. 2 runs will score for Texas is good. Slides into second.
And that's the risk you take when you've got somebody at the plate that can lay down short game and a runner at third, you have to be able to defend the bunt. However, that hard shot right at Alex Brown, she didn't have enough time to react. A fieldable ball if she was back 10 feet, but that...
The year. And it's the bottom of the lineup that has done the damage.
There's that pitch down in the zone. It's not that she pulled the string on that, but it's
on the year coming into this appearance. Into left field, playing short. Kylie Johnson for out number 2. And turns it over to the top of the lineup.
hitting .435.
And that's what she does. Puts the ball on the ground, and that is going to lead to another run. And because Maloney has wheels, she motors all the way to second.
And while I like aggressive defense, that throw from Brockenbrough into the plate makes no sense to me, knowing that Ashley Maloney is going to advance from first to second on that. She did not have a chance at the plate. Keep Maloney at first base.
Scott singled off of her, and as we mentioned, it's been the bottom of the lineup here. And now Maloney at the top, doing the damage and chasing Basinger. Cintron with a couple of strikeouts coming on in relief, but Texas gets 3 runs for tonight.
No, and Texas has come away with the bottom of the order producing since yesterday.
Brockenbrough thrown out by Collins to start the 3rd inning. Or pardon me.
Hard for a hitter to attack both rise and drop, mixed with that changeup.
Full count, that's popped up, very playable for Bennett. 2 outs.
Arm through the entirety of this game.
She's ahead of Moore, 1-2. Good. Could not field it cleanly. Maddie Moore is a 2-out base runner. Should be a hit, you think?
Through the entirety of this game.
She's ahead of Moore, 1-2. Good. Could not field it cleanly. Maddie Moore is a 2-out base runner. Should be a hit. And down 3-zip in this one. 3-1 pitch on the way to Nola. And Reese Atwood holds it for a long time, and it's called a ball.
To a game 3.
And it was the bottom of the lineup that did most of the damage to get this 3-0 lead. Cintron with the single, and at the plate, Maddie Moore is called safe. I anticipate a review.
I'm speechless. I thought for sure she was going to say that, or he was going to call her out. It's a beautiful throw by Stewart out there in left. She gives way to the plate. There is an open, the face of the plate is open for advancement. She fields it perfectly, but the hand looks like it slides
Texas
underneath.
Is challenging the safe call at home plate. The call is under further review.
Talk about a tricky slide. The tag goes wide to try to get Moore's body, and the arm goes underneath the glove. Wow! In real time, I thought she was hung out to dry. When we look at...
After further review, the call is upheld as safe at home plate. This is Texas's first challenge.
I don't know why people can be upset when we have video to prove. That run so far is an unearned run because they credited Good with an error. Cavan gets out of it, but not before a great slide by Moore, and Clemson gets on the board.
I mean, Texas still...
Scott puts a charge into that one, and Brockenbrough just overran it. Stand-up double for Scott to start the 3rd. She's 2 for 2 tonight.
That over the 10-foot wall out there and left. Her mom was super happy. She was so good in that game behind the plate.
That is an out. Atwood just missed it as it was squeezed comfortably by Hicks.
Graduated from Notre Dame in 4, still had 2 years of eligibility, and took that chance to come here to Austin.
Mitchell with the single. They hold Scott at third base.
9 innings of work.
Comes in a sticky situation as Mitchell takes second uncontested with Stewart at the plate.
On the way that she throws, she's going to come with a little bit more of a lot.
1-1, tries to bunt. A one-hopper, and now trying to score and doing so successfully. Scott coming in from third, and Mitchell advanced to third.
And base running wins ball games. Pay attention to those of you still playing before college. You have to run the bases well if you want to get far, and that's exactly what Scott was able to do. Waited for the appropriate time to break as McCubbin went to first for the out.
3-run cushion. Good, singled and scored. It gets away from Vieira, and in comes run number 5.
Nice job by Jolie Mitchell for Texas, reading that dirt ball read, but that ball, I think, got far enough away from Vieira that maybe I could have scored from the booth. That is not typical for Vieira behind the dish. Usually very solid, keeping that ball in front.
Wild pitch charge to McCubbin.
It ricochets off of the shin guard or off of the heel of her mitt, and when it does, Jolie Mitchell can just walk it in.
Usually Vieira can smother that, but
Nancy in the box right now.
Off of McCubbin. And the throw by Brown, not in time. Good on for the second time tonight. Great game. And McCubbin gets her to end the inning with 2 more runs cross the plate. Marion Collins swings, sends Stewart back, and it hits off the base of that 10-foot wall. Collins gets into second. The throw got there quickly, but on the wrong side of the bat. Hipkins grounded out to short her first time up against Cavan. There's Reese Basinger cheering in the dugout. The lifted starter, and okay, Cavan gives up the walk. Let's get you to Matt Schick, who has an update. Goodness sakes, here's Whitesides. I did edit myself. Whitesides goes after the first pitch. Caught out in center field by Henry, but deep enough for Ariel, the pinch runner, to tag and go to third with 1 away.
And while that's an out, Pam, I think that might give enough confidence to
win its 5th straight as they go to their 9th straight Women's College World Series this year. Brockenbrough down 1-2, doesn't chase. Reese Atwood with the gun. Ariel, the pinch runner, had to dive.
He doesn't want to trade an out for a run at this point in the game.
Full count. That's lifted to Stewart in left field. Should be deep enough. Second sac fly of the inning for Clemson. Brockenbrough gets the RBI as Ariel crosses the plate.
Right, but man, that's a pitch I would attack. Nice little cookie.
Oh, and that hit Brown, and that sets up Maddie Moore. And Moore delivers with the base hit to center field. They're waving home Pipkins, and Maddie Moore cuts the lead to 2.
When you're a senior, the game, even in pressure-filled situations, slows down. And right now it looks like Maddie Moore is super comfortable. The way that she's playing defense, the way that she's hitting at the plate, the way that she was able to slide in and get the first run of the game for Clemson. So important to have senior leadership like Maddie Moore, who's a ton of ground balls, and let her defense get her out of the inning.
Played by Good, throws across to get Nolan in the inning. Morgan does her job, stranding the 2 inherited runners, but 4 of the 5 runs scored have come from the bottom 5 hitters. Good speed, so Moore had to hurry to get Bennett. Chopped, McCubbin handles it, and Noller can't come up with it. A gift puts Maloney on second base.
At the plate, the corners have to challenge her.
Vieira picks it up, and that's Maloney now with 3 free bases. Senior. Chopper to Moore, who gets the out. Or Bennett, or Maloney, pardon me, comes in to score the unearned run.
So important to take advantage of the miscues, and that's exactly what Texas was able to do. Punching around another run. There's nothing that Maddie Moore can do but just get the out at first.
Moore throws her out to end the inning, but more defensive issues for Clemson leads to an unearned run. They're down by 3 as we head to the 5th. Texas and Oklahoma making a strong SEC softball conference even stronger. Bennett throws out Cintron in Oklahoma City. Morgan, 1 pitch, gets Vieira.
That Jordan Woolery home run by UCLA, 2 outs. I mean, talk about
right, that Woolery home run. Whew. What a play! Mia Scott! Outright thievery at third base. And Clemson goes down in order.
Mia Scott playing that hot corner. She can cover the line, getting that white uniform dirty, blowing the bubbles, and getting out of the inning.
Good backhand over there by Brown. Throws across to get Atwood to start the 5th.
Well, if you look at where Atwood and shut down Virginia Tech.
Basinger clapping there in the middle in the dugout. Olivia Duncan now throwing in the Clemson bullpen is back in the 2nd inning. And she is rung up.
And the hard thing.
And good. Does it again. She is 7 for 11 in this Super Regional. In that game, Hunter was 0 for 3, did not play or get a plate appearance yesterday. Chop to Brown, who just has to step on third to end the inning, and she does.
Let's catch the ball before it breaks.
Pipkins with a swing and the miss to start the 6th.
A little zippy zip on that one. That one had some good velo down in the zone.
Good at shortstop. Textbook, 2 away. And we talked to John Rittman. He talked about how his team is never going to give up, never say die. And this is Teagan cheering on in the dugout. Morgan, it knocked the glove off her hand. Mia Scott picked it up. Brockenbrough runs really well, but Mia Scott plays third base really well too. Have to be fast over there, Collins was. And threw out Bennett to start the 6th.
So important on the quick transfer at that shortstop spot. Didn't have Texas.
And it's Ashton Maloney who in the 4th inning reached on an error and eventually scored. There's her second hit of the night. Maloney.
He said, "Oh, you mean Pawpaw White?"
Oh, that hardly ever happens. Maddie Moore has made an error.
And that one's going to haunt her because that is a play that she was going to do so well in the circle. Unfortunately, she's got a 21 ERA.
Oh, she goes down looking.
Has shown that she's got a ton of pop.
Picked up and stepped on third by Alex Brown to retire Atwood, who takes a rare oath. A chance for Scott, who's been brilliant at third. Low throw, Mitchell couldn't scoop it, so Clemson gets the lead runner on the first baseman, Mitchell, so an E3. Maddie Moore hits it to her counterpart at second, Bennett. So Moore is retired. Brown goes into second. Eighth pitch of the at-bat is lifted to Henry, who goes back, and the ball goes over the wall. Noller sent one into center field. The ball kept traveling, and it's a two-run shot. Clemson now only down one.
The comeback kids are still alive. Pam, we've seen this story play out so many times for the Clemson Tigers. When they've got outs to play with, they make the most of them. This ball down in the zone, you know it's going to be a drop ball. But Mac Morgan did not hit a corner. She left it right down the heart of the plate, down in the zone. Noller coming away with a huge swing, 15th home run of the year. And now Clemson within one. Be hittable if they leave them down the middle of the plate. That's what happened with that home run swing.
And after the home run, Cintron draws a walk. So Vieira, high chopper, fielded by Scott, 2 away with Wilson and a freshman at the plate. Morgan gloves it, and the Texas Longhorns, for the third time in 4 years, can pack their bags to go to Oklahoma City.
Texas started the night in control. Big hits, big defensive plays, and they showed up well in the circle.
Texas lost the first game of the Super Regional. Mike White has lost 7 straight game ones of Supers, and all but one time they've come back to win the Super.